couple of years ago, Paige made fun of Reid Flair's death in a promo with Charlotte. In early 2006, Randy Orton made fun of Eddie Guerrero's death, even going as far as to say he was in hell. Is it ever okay to use a wrestler's death to get heat on a heel?
Yes, but I'm not saying it was in those particular instances. I don't know or remember the whole story. Wasn't it something that they said, oh, this was something that was cleared with Charlotte, and then later on we found out it wasn't really cleared with Charlotte?
Something like that, yeah.
And actually that it shouldn't have been done anyway, because the circumstances of Reed's death alone are enough to leave it alone as far as using it in the course of wrestling. With Eddie Guerrero's was Vicky in on that? If she was, and she was happy with it. Eddie came from a wrestling family. He gave his life to wrestling, and he understood that, if it would help her or another person that he would have enjoyed working with or whatever the case. But the one where I'll say where it was fine and dandy was Percy's, Paul Bearer's. When they made him a promo at the WrestleMania, it was the year after he died, wasn't it? And he was I don't even remember the specifics, but he was used and talked about, and the promos he was mentioned and everything. And I remember saying at the time, because people were, oh, they shouldn't be doing that. I said, no, in this case, do you realize how big a kick Percy Pringle would have got out of the fact that he was still in the middle of the fucking WrestleMania angle after he was dead? That he would have loved that. He would have had the biggest smile on his face. So that, yes, because it was something that the guy himself would have wanted done or wanted them to do, and with people involved in it, like The Undertaker, that he would have wanted. So that's fine. If the people who are close to the guy ain't in on it, or it's not a situation where the guy himself would have been in on it, they don't need to do it.
Andy Kaufman would have loved that they used it against Lawler for years, right?
Yeah, well, that's what Jimmy Hart came out and said. Lawler, you killed Andy Kaufman. You gave him cancer with a pile driver. You bruised him on the top of his brain or whatever. He would have loved that. Yes. But if Andy had died of an overdose in the Mid-South Coliseum dressing room, maybe no, you wouldn't want to do those things.